So we are having our conversation in the car,
Combos in the car.
and we just watched a few videos about a subject that's personal to us.
Yes.
Mansa's window.
Mansa's window.
There was two different scenarios, videos on TikTok about special needs families bringing their children to events.
Okay. Yes.
One lady brought up how she no longer brings her children to events where she won't be supported and taken care of.
Yes.
And then in the other video scenario, the lady actually went to an event where she wasn't supported or taken care of. She brought her 2-year-old child who's on the spectrum to, I believe it was a Harvard graduation overflow, which sounds like an after party. And some people at the overflow asked her to leave because her 2-year-old was ruining this special event for these people. And the video we saw, people in the comments were actually agreeing with the person that asked her to leave, saying that,
Why didn't you get a babysitter?
right, why didn't you get a babysitter? Now, my wife and I know firsthand.
You know firsthand. And we've been to a Harvard graduation.
Say that part. We know firsthand that having special needs children when it comes to public events
Yes.
can be a major challenge.
And that's going outside.
Period.
When you go outside your home, period, there are these things. So when I just made a video about this, which you all will get to see on Curse Words and Craziness TikTok page and on our YouTube as well, Curse Words and Craziness.
That's
and
right.
Of course, this will be a podcast topic. But I just made a video about that, and what I did, I went through the things. Anytime you step outside of your home, so we talk about all of that. There is the safety first and foremost. You're concerned about safety.
Keeping your kids safe. Then you have to worry about, I guess, being ostracized.
No, wait, yes, that's one. That's the social aspect of it.
Right.
So there is the safety aspect. There's the social aspect, and then a sensory aspect. Okay, which is what they are going through. So first, you want to keep your whole family safe. Everybody has to be looked after and kept together. Okay. Then when you get to the sensory part, that's you got to prioritize those two, especially. So the sensory part is what they're going through.
Right.
What do they need? Which is why we do things like bring tablets with us everywhere we go.
Everywhere we go.
You can see my phone, sweetheart. Here you go. Or we have to check in because I have been, my daughters let me know because I allow for their vocal freedom and feeling and expression.
They'll let you know we not feeling this.
My oldest got me. I went to a swimming pool. My daughter didn't want to be at the swimming pool. She loved to swim. She didn't want to be there that day,
She sure did, and they have their own way of letting us know.
Drag my eggs. You understand?
My oldest daughter Kia will literally start packing everybody's clothes up, we leaving.
Like, come on, time to go.
But what's interesting is when you name the three things, then the next thing is everybody else and how they feel.
The social aspect,
Right?
Okay, which is.
But it's so interesting. It sounds like when you're a parent of a special needs loved one, you find yourself having to consider everybody.
Right. So you're
everybody.
But then not. So it's double edged, So yeah, everybody you're thinking about. Like I said, sometimes I got to think about me because they could probably care less. And we say maybe because we don't know.
Because they don't express. Right.
Like, again, I say this in my video. You don't know what they go through because it can be so much. It can be so overwhelming. The people. We went to the zoo one time, Atlanta Zoo. One time we go, they got their class and all the kids is up in the zoo. The whole all of Atlanta
every school
is at the zoo. Too many people. They couldn't concentrate on the experience.
I don't think the girls had a great time that time.
The next time we went,
it was a whole lot emptier.
Different experience.
And it was a much better experience for us as a family.
Different
We got to see more things. The sensory overload didn't happen for the girls, so everybody was able to kind of have some calm about how we moved about things.
So people, not just the space. So the space is one sensory part. Then it's the people, and then let alone if you got some children that people say autism is a supernatural kind of thing. What if your kids is catching the vibes of people?
I think my children do that all the time.
Hearing some of the things that they thinking.
One of the things that I think gets forgotten about non-verbal kids on the spectrum in particular is that just because they're not speaking doesn't mean they don't hear, comprehend, and have feelings about the things that are being said around and about them.
Okay, so that part.
Around and about.
Okay, that part. Okay, so that's the truth is that's most important. So it's all of our safety and how they feeling. That comes
First and foremost.
My kids ain't feeling it. We gone. You know what I'm saying? We do. We up and leave.
And oftentimes
So
we
damn
make
how
those
other people
decisions
feel.
like that.
We do a lot of we don't move like how other people feel.
We
at this
can't.
point.
We can't
don't.
move like that.
We move past that.
As a special needs, that's one of the reasons why we titled what we go through in our podcast Curse Words and Craziness. There are often times where there's situations that we in where the only thing that can be said is a curse word. It's the only thing that's left
And
to express
like
what we
that.
going through
Sometimes
is shit,
it's like,
fuck,
what the fuck
damn.
is y'all looking at?
right.
What is y'all looking at?
And I know
what I'm
everybody
saying?
doesn't
Let
always
me
agree
make
with
you
that.
Feel as uncomfortable as you
Trying to make
insert
us feel.
onto my family. We don't do that. We don't.
And sometimes it's craziness. Sometimes we'll spend 2 hours traveling to an event, get there, and my kids be like, we don't want to be
We
here.
want to be here.
And you know what? We up and leave.
We gonna up and leave. And so that's
gone.
kind of the safety and comfort. Our car is also a safety space. You
Gotta
know what I
have
mean?
this car.
So
Need that. We need to be able to up and go when we need to and get our kids to our safe space, which is usually just us and nobody else around, which is why the car feels so safe.
okay.
But this is something that I wanted us to discuss. This is something that's been making its way in the TikTok social media world, and it relates to
It
us.
relates to us and us parents, we in tune with each other. And
Man.
then obviously our children are telling us something too. They giving us their attunement. They putting it out in the world. They matter.
That's right.
They matter.
Their feelings
So
matter.
don't have people, the babysitter. That's first of all
It's
that's fucking
dismissive.
stupid.
It's
Yes,
dismissive.
there's children. When Kia was a child, we went to a Harvard graduation.
Sure did.
Why would you not bring the children?
Harvard
You want them to
graduations,
get the feeling and the
funerals,
energy.
weddings.
Why would you not? You know,
But-
unless you cannot, and I understand that too.
But it's also extra
on the
work.
gas, and we stayed in the car.
That's right.
We didn't go inside of the funeral. We stayed in the car. So I totally understand and get, different circumstances. You're going to do different things. If we, as parents and caretakers and loved ones, let's take what other people. If it's not going to infringe or impact you, take it out. Take it out.
And I would say my
Okay?
message to the outside world is, have a little bit of grace.
Have some grace,
Have a little bit
let's
of
have
grace and caring
'Cause
for
everybody
families
is just
like ours.
An accident or an injury away
From being special
being
needs.
special needs yourself.
And mind you, what you don't want to run into is that parent that's willing to go there with you.
Tell them,
Because some of us ain't got all our senses and we neurotypical. And we have no problem going to the mattresses, as they say, for our special needs loved ones.
and we can take it and not just do that, but I also have the intellect to speak to certain people.
Oh, I can argue you
and
down.
not how like we can't get away with disenfranchising someone. I don't care what school you go to. I don't care what school you go to. So,
And simply put,
let's be aware. If we
I'm
done
with the
seen
shits.
If we'd have seen a thing like that where somebody's like, can you tell them to leave? Oh man, it'd have been
don't
just
come
a
for
nice
mine.
two families
And when I say
alive.
don't come for mine, I'm talking about the whole community.
Yeah,
Don't come
I
for
wouldn't
us
have
like
witnessed that with my eyes.
And been okay?
And we wouldn't have walked away
Nah.
from it. We'd have been right there.
Nah.
Standing strong, making a space. First of all, taking care of the young ones, taking care of the toddlers, mine, yours. We'd have had a space for them. And then we step into someone who needs to shut these people down. Or we're going to make people uncomfortable.
And
You're
people
gonna be
who
just
invite-
as uncomfortable as you want me to be, you will feel that.
People who invite special needs families to your events, And to your I guess events is a good word. To your events, be sure to understand you're gonna have to do some accommodating. If you really want us there, if you really want them
Give
there,
them a seat to the side.
special placement to the side.
Let them get their food
First.
You know.
You know what I mean? Know that if there's a moment of silence, it might not be silent. And you gotta be okay with that if you want us there.
Let them be how they're gonna be. The other thing is what I want to tell the parents is we still gotta have open minds, because as much as we can't put the never blanket on things, and that's what I would tell the mom that shared that. We can't put the never. No, it's never like and never no not.
Right.
It ain't nobody. We gotta take that blanket off so that we can create a world that is possible
For our
them.
children, for our loved
The
ones.
people that's telling you that, they have it in their heart. They don't know how. Just like you don't know how to take care of your child all the way. You ain't got to that. I haven't mastered this. So how would you expect someone that doesn't to master it? Go ahead, go in, give them suggestions, give some printouts. Look for something, give it to them. I know it seems like it's the extra thing to do, and we don't always feel like doing the extra when we go outside. I don't. I'm one of them parents that sometimes I'm up for it,
And sometimes I'm not.
I'm not always up for it. Oh, I gotta explain to this part. I gotta do this. But it's when I also notice that sometimes I stop myself putting a blanket on stuff. Oh, everybody's not going to. Nobody's gonna do this. That when you do that period in your life, you shut down blessings.
Right.
Not knowing.
You're not being open to receive.
I'm a part of a volunteer program where I have to pull parents like, no, I'm telling you, I understand. I'm telling you, I know your child gonna run around here and I'm gonna run right after them.
Right with
It's
them.
going to be okay. So for some parents, you do want to take that. For us caretakers and people that's doing the work, take that blanket statement that shuts off the blessing, that stops us from creating the world that we need to create.
Eliminate that from your life.
Let that go.
Yeah.
All right. So
that's the little caretaker chronicle in the midst of this craziness we talking about. So that was just a subject I wanted me and my wife to touch on. I'm your main man, Mike,
I'm that lady Willa.
and this is our little combos in the car.
Combos in the